Para sa Pilipinas, Kapehan, ang inyong lingkod, Miss Horizon Chaser. Happy morning! Ito nga ay naimbitahan tayo ni Director Luningning sa Maritana Domingo ng NAST Philippines. Itong National Academy of Science and Technology Philippines ay Pilipinas sa Kapehan ay naganap ito last December 7, alas 10 hanggang alauna ng hapon sa Fersal Hotel-Malakas, Quezon City. At yung Pilipinas Kapehan ay naging moderator dito si Dr. Pierangeli G. Last 2021 naging outstanding young scientist at na-feature ito last 2022. At kasama rito mga awardees ng NAST bilang isang outstanding research and development award. Sa basic research si Dr. Doralyn S. Dalisay. At sa applied research naman si Dr. Pia Marie Albano. At syempre kasama dyan ni Dr. Tirso Ronquillo. At yung 2022 Magsaysay Future Engineers Technologists Awardees na si Clarice Ann Arrieta at si Lormaine Ann Branzuela at si Robby Ching at si Mark Rodan C. Consular at si Garret Wilkenson C. At dito ay mapapakinggan natin yung kanilang mga opinion sa ating bansa, yung kanilang mga research. Kaya pakinggan lang po natin. Patuloy lamang sa pakikinig at marami tayong matutunan sa mga research sa ating mga awarded na mga young scientists.
At the moment, because it was really a very unique time in the Philippines because of the lockdown. Okay, we did not have a lot of vehicles on our roads. And according to the National Ambient Air Quality Status Report of the DNR-EMB, more than 80% of the emissions of pollution in Metro Manila is due to the transport sector. So if we shut down the transport sector for about 2 months in the intensive lockdown, we wanted to know what the levels of our pollution was at that time. And we'd like to find out if we've been compliant with the World Health Organization guideline values. So, and then initial results, initial pa lang po ito ha, okay, hindi pa namin pinapublish. We saw that our daily average for PM 2.5 is actually within the bounds of the WHO. But I don't want that in print yet kasi it's all initial and we want to have a very intensive study on it. And so it's something that we can shoot for in the future, di ba? It's a goal that we would like to have. In other words, pwede naman siguro that our economy is going to go up and be sustained, but then we'll do everything more sustainably. How do we progress economically and at the same time, okay, be able to mitigate the pollution? And so, for me, yung period na yon na walang masyadong sasakyan ng March to May 2020, it's a very unique time in our society, and really the data there is an opportunity for us to look at, okay, ano ba yung levels pag walang transportation? And so, okay, if we're doing well during that time, then maybe this is what we can shoot for. Okay, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next year, because it's something that we need to work hard on. So yun po, I hope I was able to somehow address the contribution question.
Okay, so let's proceed with the Dr. Pia.
So, you talked about the involvement of patients, tama po ba? Actually, ma'am, yung work ko is in our work which involves human samples, we really do talk to patients. When we get samples, when we recruit participants, we talk to them, their relatives. And so we know, we understand their needs. That's the reason why we came up with all these ideas. So we talk to multidisciplinary po yung aming work. We work with engineers, computer scientists, we also have biochemists, pathologists, oncologists, surgeons. So we discuss as a team, and then we also talk about, she's now working not on tissues, but the use of blood samples to detect cancer at its early stages.
Yung research ko is about buildings na usually kasi yung tinatayo ng buildings dito sa Philippines is hollow block concrete buildings na may hollow blocks. Pero usually, sa structural engineering practice, yung hollow blocks, hindi siya masyado kino-consider. So yung concrete lang, yung poste at yung mga biga, yun lang yung kino-consider sa structural designs. Pero pag i-analyze natin, yung concrete block walls at yung concrete na poste at mga biga, nag-i-interact sila at nade-degrade yung performance ng concrete building pag nag-i-interact talaga sila sa event ng earthquake. So, kung sa tinatanong mo sa Asher yun, no? Asher, it can definitely help them. And also, sa structural engineering practice, this research can raise awareness on the dangers of this type of construction. Lalo na kasi it's a very common type of construction. Halos lahat ng low to medium rise buildings composed of concrete na may hollow block walls. So it can raise awareness. And my research still lacks a lot of factors there's still a lot of factors that need to be considered. So it should also encourage future studies on the area.
Thank you, Mr. Sia, Mr. Sia. And let's proceed to Mr. Ching.
So thank you, ma'am, for the question. Let me also introduce briefly my research. So our research is on the drying kinetics of the anti-diabetes plants being used for treatment in the Philippines, like Banaba, insulin, and so on. So in our study, we studied the drying mechanism and the different variables and the effects of these drying variables on the drying behavior and characteristics of this use. So as for the significance, the research aims to be part of contributing to the development and preparation of our anti-diabetes plant medicines. So kasi drying is the first step after harvesting. You need to dry it. It's a very important step in preparation of these anti-diabetic drugs. So in terms of future development, I think one of the major partners of NAST, si Miss Cathy, she told me that she will introduce me with one of the companies that produce medicines from Lagundi. So I think we can collaborate in that. And also in terms of future study, I would seek advice first with my advisor, si Doc Alan. I think he has also plans for our study and for different drying kinetic studies of other medicinal plants and agricultural products.
Thank you. Okay. Dr. Dalisay, yes?
That person and a logo doctor, medical doctor, is Dr. Abelardo Aguilar. So during that time kasi, big pharma companies are doing a value prospecting all over the world. Hindi lang sa Pilipinas, but anywhere in the world. They were commissioning their partners, whether medical doctor or product representative ng kanilang company, to bring samples to their home company, kung saan man yan, kung sa UK or sa US. And during that time, Dr. Villar was able to send samples that he collected from DOE. There was no really actual documentation. How was it done? Whether he was paid or kinumisyon lang siya, whether he was promised something out of it, hindi po yan clear. And until now, there is still a dispute between his family, dahil namatay na nga si Dr. Aguilar, and then that big pharma company. And that really goes back to the lesson, no? From this. Dahil during that time, hindi mahigpit yung ating bio-prospecting regulations sa Philippines. And right now, there is. No? I'm very happy that we have a policy on the bio-prospecting rules and regulations. But I would like to ask NAST, particularly because of a higher, respectable organization, to really look into this. Dahil hindi naman pupunta yung mga dayuhan sa NAST to ask for this dahil yung proseso is in a very long process, no? Hindi sila pumupunta sa DOST to partner or kumuha ng sample. They would rather go to an island, kuha ng mga sample without knowing may dala na pala sila papunta sa kanilang bansa. So perhaps one thing that I would like our government, especially these policy-making agencies and organizations, is to have a hard ground on all of this bioprospecting that is done in our backyard na hindi alam ng community that there is going on. Could be na yung mga gagamba, yung spiders right now, they're too small, no? Kinukuha lang yan sa wild natin, but they're being brought back to other countries to look into this. So, kaya siguro, this is a good time for our policy makers to put a lot of rules on this, going to the community, hindi lang dito sa taas, dahil yung bioprospecting is on the community, dun yung action yung ginagawa sa mga community that really needs monetary value, no? So, sabihin ng mga dayuhan, sige, you will be our guide to go to the wilderness. 1,000 pesos for the day. But, hindi nila alam na pumukolekt na pala yung mga dayuhan. You will go with us for diving. Hindi nila alam na kahit konti lang ng sample ng sponge, kumukuha na yung mga dayuhan. So, those are the things. Otherwise, we are not going to protect our own bioresources. Kaya, ngayon, yung ginagawa namin, because of this lesson nga from the past, all of our undertakings and activities are always in partnership with the local government unit, especially yung mga PAMBI, no? Protective Area Management Board, yung mga MENRO, SENRO, everything, they are involved in our activities dahil the benefit of what we do is for them naman. Kaya lahat ng documents are there. So, yun yung gusto kong advocacy ko na we have to protect our natural resources through the rules and regulations na talagang may teeth. No? May teeth talaga yung bioprospecting law dito sa Pilipinas. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Dr. Dalisay. Now, let us entertain the question coming from
Sciences. In my class, I only have
Para
2
sa ating
girls.
scientist po, Dr. Dalisay. Ano po ang dahilan ng pagbabalik sa ating bansa bilang balik scientist? Kung saan iniwan ng magandang buhay sa abroad and para maglingkod sa bayan. Baliktad naman po dun sa ating nandito sa Pilipinas. Kung ang inyong research ay gustong bilhin ng ibang bansa, ano po ang plano nyo? Mananatili po ba kayo o itutuloy nyo sa ibang bansa yung inyong research? Salamat po.
Or matutokso ba kayo?
Well, thank you for that thought-provoking question,
Malaki ang
sir.
offer.
Okay, let's proceed with Dr. Dalisay. No?
Yes, so maraming salamat po sa tanong na yan. Marami pong nagtatanong ever since, why did we give up our very comfortable life sa US? No? We are earning a good salary as academics sa US. Bakit kami umuwi? Sabi nila, mga baliw lang ang umuwi sa Pilipinas. But